back to another episode of the MND TV. Today we have one of our former students, Mpom Party, aka Chievosky the 13th. And I must admit, it is a pleasure to have you in studio. How are you feeling today?
I'm amazing, man. And yourself?
I'm great. Back in MND, lovely setting. How does it feel?
It feels good, man. I see there's a lot of improvements. So I'm very happy to be back.
Okay. So just tell the people a little bit more about yourself, who Chievosky the 13th is, what do you do for a living, and what sort of impact you bring to the music industry.
Alright, my name is Chievosky the 13th, that is Chievo. I'm a DJ that performs based on energy, so I use the energy that I have within myself and I give it to the people via the music. That's how I express myself, that's what I do.
Cool. And I've noticed that you do draw a lot of your energy from your crowds, stemming from your Facebook channel all the way to your YouTube channel. And I am a fan of the Chievosky and Friends series, I must admit. So how was it during COVID? How was going through that, and how did you manage to just rise above that?
I think for me it was really much needed, you know. I call COVID world order. So if the world is shaped like this, I feel like God is actually turning it upside down and taking out like all the bad things that are like within our world and actually placing it back. So the only things that I want to be left after this COVID thing is only good things. So I think it was very much needed for people to actually take a reflection upon their lives and see where they want to go in life, you know, and actually have proper structures. Because with me, I have always known that I wanted to be a DJ, but I only found proper structures within this whole lockdown series of the COVID-19. Yeah.
And speaking of knowing that you've always wanted to be a DJ, so what skills did you have before studying with MND? And what skills did you acquire from studying with MND that have helped you with sort of you pursuing your career in becoming a full-time DJ?
You know, with me, when I was in matric, I knew then, that was in 2013, I knew then that what I wanted to do was to be a DJ. But I did not have proper structures. I didn't know how I was going to make it happen. But I don't even have DJ equipment. But I knew that I wanted to be a DJ. You get what I mean? So I started off by performing with just using my laptop. And I've done like so many like corporate gigs before I actually went to the clubs. You know what I mean? Because I was so comfortable with just using my laptop without DJ equipment that I did like weddings, I did conferences. And when I say weddings, I don't even mean just like the reception, you know what I mean? I'm talking about like from when they're walking down the aisle. I handle the music of the entire wedding. You know, I do like private parties. I remember we once did my first biggest corporate gig was doing a party for Kiwi. You know Kiwi, like the shoe company? They had like a party for like their management. So I remember I did that, and I was still like very young. I was still using my laptop. A lot of people would criticize me based on me being a DJ that's using a laptop, until I got like a bigger DJ controller, and from there I just went for the CDJs. Because for me, I've always been about technology. That's why I ended up joining the Godfathers of Deep House, because they love technology. You know, if technology is saying this is how we DJ now, like this is the future, that's like my line of work as well. You know, I love using things that are abnormal, because when I perform, I don't perform like normal DJs. You know what I mean? I take my energy and I give it to the people. Well, I take the energy specifically from the crowd and from the music as well. So how MND helped me is that, as you would know, I used to have the biggest online radio show for 8 months. I think that was in 2016, called House at RSA. House at RSA was a radio show that would interview artists. It was under MND Radio, as you know. And that thing gave me the skill of actually being able to network with people in the industry, you know. And MND itself, because I was a student here, it taught me how to make music properly, like to have proper structures of music, knowing that there's an introduction, there's like what do you call it, like a verse, a chorus, you know, like having proper structures of a song, knowing that a song's quality should be in a certain way, you know, things like mixing and mastering. Those are things that actually help a lot, even with the DJing, because you can actually hear that, you know, this song is not mixed properly, this song is not mastered properly, so I can't play this song. but I can play the song. So it taught me a lot into the technical aspects of music that a lot of people don't know about. It's not just about making music and just like on your laptop and you're like, okay, let me drop this. There's so much that goes into it, knowing that there's a specific type of room that you feel comfortable in saying a vocalist should record in a booth, as opposed to them just recording next to you, like those little things are things that Emendy will teach you and you will take with you forever, honestly speaking. Yeah.
And speaking about like your knowledge on music,
Mm-hmm.
is that how sort of the relationship that you have with Deep and Echo Deep, how did that come about? And
That is actually an interesting story because that is actually my first single ever. For me, I'm able to produce, but with the way I've forever been so busy within my life, I've always told myself that I would not have time to actually sit down and make music. So you see, there's a producer, there's a vocalist, there's a person who does the arrangement, which is mainly most of the time is the producer. But if you would notice, a lot of music outside of Africa, before like your Wizkid came, before your Davido came, I used to use a lot of references of music from overseas artists, right? So you'd find one song having like 10 people, and that would never make sense to me. But you'd find there's a person who made the beat, they just say the beat maker, for example, or they just say the producer, and then they would say this person played the bass, this person played the keys, this person did this person played the drums. So it's things that I saw that you don't necessarily have to say, I'm a producer, I need to do everything, I just need to get a vocalist. You don't necessarily have to do that. I can literally just get into studio and tell you as a producer, knowing that you know how to make music and you know how to start a project from scratch. So I will tell you what to do. This is the type of sound that I want. Because I know everything. It's just that I don't have time to sit and be going through. My passion is making a final product. So I take certain people, I put them in a room, and they make the magic happen. And I tell them how to do it. That's what a producer does. So a lot of people don't understand that just because I'm not sitting here on the laptop for hours trying to look for specific sounds and putting them together, arranging the song, does not mean that I'm not a producer. You get what I mean? So the song Faga Faga, Chievosky the 13 featuring Deep and Echo Deep. How the thing came about is that Echo Deep actually sent me a sample. It's like, yo, I just made this. What do you think about this? And I took that sample, I chopped it out, and I was like, look, I think we can have this here. But I want this as my single, but as our collaboration. So for me, whether the name of the song would be at the end or at the beginning, it wouldn't really matter. What matters is that you're part of the song. You get what I mean? So the song took a very long time to release it because I take time to release my content. I have a problem with releasing my content because I call myself the king of content. You know what I mean? I have too much content that I feel that people are not ready for it. Because what I used to do before, especially when I was in Emendy, I used to drop so much content that it was a lot. Even the stuff I shot from Houses RSA in 2016, some of them I still haven't released them. The visuals. Mainly because I'm so protective of my content. But then now I noticed with the structure that I have that I actually shouldn't be like that, and I actually need to give people, because they need to feed from what I'm giving them. You get what I mean? So right now, Echo Deep sent me a sample. I was like, we can make this work. It's like, there's a guy in Namibia. So everything when you release a song, there's like a marketing strategy into it. So knowing that Echo Deep is based in Soweto, he does mostly deep house. I'm one of the most popular DJs in Pretoria, and I play like a lot of like bumpy music. But the sample that he sent me was Amapiano, and Amapiano is like the trending genre now. It's the hottest genre in South Africa right now. So we took that song and we sent it to Deep, and Deep put whatever he put into it, and it became a whole project with the three of us. You get what I mean? So collaborations are more beneficial than you just being alone. Because if you just alone, say for example you're from Pretoria, you're only gonna have a lot of people from Pretoria supporting you. But now Faga has support from Namibia, it has support from Soweto, it has support from Pretoria. And with me and my fans, and Echo Deep and his fans, and Asa Deep and his fans, that's more than just one person releasing one song alone. You get what I mean? So a lot of people actually sleep on collaborations. But Faga is possibly the hottest song that has ever been released in 2020. No lie. No lie.
And I have noticed a lot of DJs do shy away from collaborations. What sort of message do you have to people that feel like the best path for me to be successful, especially as a DJ, is for me to stand alone and for me to do my own thing? How do you convince someone out of that?
No man is an island. As simple as that. You can't do everything alone. You get what I mean? We have a videographer. We have you. We have someone who brought these lights. We have someone who set this up. We have someone who cleaned the room. You can't do everything alone. You know. So mainly people, a lot of artists are very selfish because they want to eat alone. You can't eat alone. That's why I was telling you off air that now that I have proper structures within my DJ career and within my whole entertainment career, within my whole life, what I like about it is that I know that I'm getting to a point where I'm no longer going to have time to drive. So I'm going to need a driver. You get what I mean? My manager was not going to have time to be taking pictures and videos of me. So we need a videographer. We need a photographer. You know what I mean? That's a team. So a lot of people don't understand that when you put a price, if I'm saying Chievosky the 13th is charging 20,000 per hour, within that 20,000, there's going to be a certain portion that's going to savings. There's going to be a certain portion that's going to the driver, to the photographer, the videographer, someone who's maybe my manager, someone who's maybe like handling the runaround within whatever might happen. Like, okay, when we get there, who's going to find the promoter? You get what I mean? Who's going to find out where we're sitting? Like a runner. That's actually the perfect word. You get what I mean? So all I can say within regards to that is that no man is an island.
That's very strong words. And I'd like to pull it to a question more about you. What is your motto? Like, what is one one quote that you do live by and truly dedicate yourself to?
The mantra that I live by is eliminate laziness. There's an ad, I can't, for the past few weeks, I've been trying to remember this ad. I can't remember what ad it is, but that ad was like, if you can do it under 2 minutes, just do it. Because I noticed that a lot of our generation is actually lazy. That is why you'd find, for example, if you're clashing a lot with your parents, it's because of laziness. Most of our parents, they come from an era where they believe in physical hard work. So a lot of our young guys, a lot of our young generation rather, believes that hard work is physical hard work. Even most of our parents still believe that, but it's not that. Hard work is actually using your brain. Your brain needs to do all the hard work. You just need to maneuver around. You get what I mean? How do you expect to be a billionaire if you're not tired by like 10 p.m.? Like, when I say tired, when I go to bed, I'm gone. Like, if you're texting me like, yo, are we on for the interview? And it's like 10 p.m. Just know that I might not respond. I might probably wake up at like 3 o'clock. 3 a.m. I'm waking up, I'm uploading my YouTube videos. So another thing that I want to add is that as much as yes, we do need money, we all want to be successful, we all want to be wealthy. Rather chase being successful and being wealthy than saying I'm chasing money, because that's where you're gonna get it wrong. Your things will not come together if you're saying that I'm doing this for money. Yes, we all do need money, but it needs to make business sense. You get what I mean? Like right now, there's a project that I'm gonna be busy with. I initially wanted to begin this project this year, but I have I have a belief. I have like so much belief in my ancestors. So if maybe I get to be too busy to be focused on this project, I know that they don't want me to focus on that right now. You get what I mean? There's a project that I'm going to be beginning with. This is an exclusive. It's called Mpo. This project is going to make sure that by the end of 2021, there will not be a homeless person in South Africa. This is an exclusive. I'm telling you this right now. You get what I mean? Everything I'm doing, I'm not necessarily doing it for money anymore. Because I saw that's why I used to get it wrong. Money will come. If you look at very successful people, they don't work as hard as you would think, but the money follows them. You get what I mean? Because you need to have a what. What do you want to do in life? Why do you want to do it? And this why is very important. Because if you can't answer this why, and if it's for the wrong reasons, you will not know how to do it. Are you alright? I feel like it's a lot.
I'm alright. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, man. I mean, for me, that's why I was saying that this COVID thing is it was very much needed for one to do a self-introspection in life, so that you can know what you want to do in life, and how you want to do it, and why do you want to do it as well. You get what I mean? Shout out to Katlawa Malachi from Homecoming. He's the one that actually taught me. Yeah.
So, like, obviously there is the DJing that you talk about, and you're very busy with that. But like, the way you project yourself and the sort of conversations that you do put out there has me interested more in what do you do when you are resting in between gigs.
I sell Tupperware. That's the crazy thing. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. I actually put it on my Instagram today. Yes.
Okay.
I sell Tupperware. I'm always writing proposals. I've always, since I was a little kid, I've always believed in helping other people. So I'm always trying to find ways for other artists that are upcoming. Because I find myself as upcoming as well. People like to say I'm an established and like I'm a celebrity. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not at that level that I want to be at. I still consider myself as an upcoming. But like I said, no man is a one-man army. So if you look at the well-established guys, if one is hosting an event, you can notice how easy it is for that person to get other big guys on. Because they stuck together while they were coming up. So that's what I'm doing for me and the people in my circle, you know. And for me, my circle is not closed. If I find out you're a guitarist and I find out you're good, I'm going to put you within my circle. The bigger the circle grows, the more we push, the more we have access to each other's numbers. You get what I mean? That way we all grow together. So I write a lot of proposals to get different types of companies to sponsor all the visions and all the ideas that I have, knowing that everyone will be able to eat. The cake is always big enough. People like to act like the cake is not big enough. The cake is big enough. It's always been big enough. Problem is that people want to eat big pies. Doesn't matter how big of a pie you eat, there'll always be space. Black Coffee went overseas, he's eating heavy, but DJ Tira is here at home at Durban, but he's still eating heavy. The gospel people are still eating. You know, the R&B people, the cake is always big enough. So people like to act like, if I have this lady shooting us, she might make more money than me. That's why I said never do something for money. Money will follow you. We all do need money, yes. But the moment your mindset is like, I'm doing this for money, you'll just see things just start tumbling down. If you can go on Google and search Black Coffee, even if you research DJ Black Coffee, and see all the type of things that appear, it's called content. Go and compare it to Chievosky, the 13. Chievosky, the 13. I am one person that has so much content that you can actually compare it with the top 10 of the biggest artists in the country in terms of content. 2016, how Cesar say with Emendy Radio. 2015, 2014, 2013, I was doing the social market. I was the resident DJ. From 2017 till currently, I'm the resident DJ of Market at the Sheds. I'm currently doing Chievosky and Friends. I've been doing so many of these things. It's actually crazy. You know, I'm right now like I'm drained because people think that I have a team. I'm doing everything alone, most of the things. You know what I mean? Because of how I want things to be. No man is a one-man army. That's why I'm saying I'm drained. You know, but it's a problem whereby the problem that I've had people that I could bring with, and I want to uplift them. The moment they get a bit of fame, they start changing, you know. So that is why a lot of things currently right now I'm doing alone. Yeah, there's a lot to take in, I know.
I know you say, what's this? You a fan of the hard work over the money.
Yes.
Is that your advice towards anyone who's aspiring to be a DJ or an entertainer in general? Would you tell them just focus on your craft and the rest will flow into place? Or what sort of message do you have to those people?
Have proper structures. Do your self-introspection. Know what you want to do, how you want to do it, and why you want to do it. Then put proper structures, because you can't just say, I want to be a singer. There are a million people that want to be singers. You know what I mean? How many people go on idols? You get what I mean? But have proper structures, knowing that I'm going this way, and never be afraid to ask. That's the thing with, you know what I love about white people? They ask a lot. You know what I mean? The problem with us black people, I'm black by the way, sorry. The problem with us black people is that we are afraid to ask because it's an ego thing. If you have an ego will be the death of you. You know what I mean? If I see my neighbor going from a Toyota to driving a Porsche, I won't go and ask him in most cases because of an ego thing, you know. But other people, like white people and like Indian people, they have that thing of going. But I know for a fact that a lot of our own black people, we are afraid to do that. You know, that's why, you know, every kid that loves my work and actually DMs me like on Facebook or Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, I have all of them on my WhatsApp. All of them. Like, it doesn't matter if I can't respond to them at the other time they send me the text. But I keep all of them. Young guys, man, from like 12, 13, you know, to like all the people. Because for me, I believe that if someone will ask me, how do you do it? I'll tell you everything. A lot of people like to hide information because they wanna keep the cake to themselves. They hide information. Why they need to hide information? Because if now I help you with something and then you get to be a big artist, you find that the Department of Arts and Culture wants to give you like a contract of like $1 million. They're like, here's $1 million and host an event. I want to be in one of those people that you're gonna think of first. Of saying, yo, Chievosky. I'm actually gonna book Chievosky. I'm actually gonna book this woman to come and shoot. I'm actually gonna book the guy with the lights. Those are the type of things. So people don't see that. People just wanna be selfish and eat alone.
And that's all we have for today. It was a pleasure sitting and talking to Umpo Party, aka Chievosky the 13th. Go check him out on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and Instagram. I haven't checked out your Instagram. I have to check out his Instagram.
Just Google CHIEVOSKY the 13th, the best DJ in the country, no cap. Thank you very much for having me, guys. I really appreciate it.